Switch gears here a little bit. Take you outside right now. Live look at uptown Charlotte, part of the skyline there. Boy, that's a gorgeous looking picture, isn't it? It's been a beautiful day today. It actually turned out pretty nice this morning temperature wise, but boy, it has been windy across the metro area today. So the question is, what kind of changes ahead as we head into Memorial Day weekend?
First Alert meteorologist Lisa Villegas is joining us now with those answers. So Lisa, a lot of people making weekend plans. Do we need to reconsider outdoor plans here?
No, I think you should continue with them. I don't want you to cancel plans, even though we're going to have some rain chances in the forecast and the wind speeds John was talking about. The good news is they do subside as we head into the weekend as well. So it's going to be nice. However, I am still tracking some rain and some thunderstorm chances, but we're going to talk about the timing coming up. In the meantime, here's a breakdown of your complete holiday forecast for tomorrow. Saturday. Keep wanting to say tomorrow. I want it to be the weekend, right? 78 degrees expected. A mix of some sunshine and some cloud cover. Sunday, isolated shower, thunderstorm possible. I do think most of that's going to happen later on in the evening. Something to consider. And then Monday, for Memorial Day itself, fairly quiet, gloomy though. Cloud cover pretty thick, especially that morning. And then rain chances, they do increase, but more so overnight. Now, here's a breakdown. Fast forwarding Sunday, 6 o'clock in the evening. Isolated shower, thunderstorm, like I said, outside in our viewing area, but I think the majority of Charlotte should be quiet. Something we're going to watch here in the next couple of days, especially as that resolution begins to sharpen up a bit. Monday morning, Memorial Day, waking up, like I said, gloomy. Cloud cover in place. Can't rule out a shower too, especially up in the mountains, but the rest of us I do think are going to be fairly quiet, including later on in the afternoon. So you should be good for grilling. However, you see the rain up in the mountains. This continues to build in overnight and continues through Tuesday. A lot of us head back to work. The reason I want to point out Tuesday is a lot of us are going to be traveling on Tuesday, maybe heading back to work. It is a first alert, and that is because the rain chances really start to punch up. I do think this will be widespread, something we're going to watch out for, and I do think most of this is just going to be rain versus those thunderstorm chances. So first alert is a first alert. Tuesday is a first alert, 30% on Sunday and then 40% on Monday. Isolated shower thunderstorm, that does return in the forecast. That's going to happen more so Wednesday and Thursday when it comes to those rain and thunderstorm chances here this week. In the meantime, real comfortable out there. Dew points in the 40s, feeling amazing, unlike the 60s yesterday where it was a little sticky out there. We're going to continue with this comfortable weather. Beautiful this evening. Temperatures falling into the 70s by tomorrow morning heading out the door. Comfortable. Temperatures mid-50s, so it will feel really refreshing tomorrow morning, including tomorrow afternoon. Lots of sunshine continues, temperatures upper 70s. So as we take a look at the 7-day forecast, really nice start for our Memorial Day weekend. Shower chances, they do return, and a first alert will be issued for Sunday. Temperatures level out in the 80s, finishing out the 7-day forecast, and that is a look at what we can expect.